This computer. There we go. Okay. Independent living. Hello, welcome everybody. Section 3, mortgage application process. Our last day with this Google form. First learning target is I can compute the monthly cost of paying for a house. Okay. What is this learning target all about? It's all about you knowing that you have to pay, if you take out a loan to buy a house, you need to pay a mortgage payment. That's to pay off the loan for the house, that you're going to need homeowner's insurance if you have a loan in that house. And you probably should have it even if you don't. And that homeowner's insurance has a monthly cost that you need to calculate in there, and that there's property taxes that you need to figure on paying on a monthly basis to try to and add those two together. You take the monthly mortgage payment, the homeowner's insurance adjusted for a monthly figure, and the taxes adjusted for a monthly figure. Add those three monthly figures together, and you get a total monthly figure for what it costs to own the home. Now, that's not including utilities yet, but that gives you an idea of just the ownership itself, not any of the usage. And we also have this other learning target here is I can understand the research that is necessary before I purchase a home. So we started this learning target yesterday. We looked at the front end ratio. The front end ratio was a look to see if you have enough income to kind of pay off a loan, right? Do you have enough income to pay off the loan and pay for all the monthly costs? Remember, we said that you don't want your total monthly housing costs to be more than 28% of your gross income, right? Because your gross income is going to get reduced to your take home or net income once the income taxes get taken out of it, and that you still need to be able to pay for everything else after that happens. So no more than 28%. I'm going to go down. I'm not going to review examples 1 and 2 today, but I will review what we did yesterday. So I'm going down. I'm looking for example 4. Example 4, where are you? Got to go. There's a lot of scrolling. There's a lot of scrolling. Right there's example 3. Yeah, there's example 4. All right. Example 4. This is just a review of what we did yesterday. Right. This was the front end ratio. To calculate the front end ratio, you take the total monthly housing expenses, you divide it by the monthly gross income, and you'll get a number, right? In this case, they took the mortgage payment, right? $1,233 per month, plus the taxes per month, $783.33, plus $73 per month for homeowner's insurance. They added all those up. They got $2,089.33. They divided that by $11,292.58, and they got a front end ratio of 0.185, which converts over to 18.5%. And 18.5% is much lower than 28%. Therefore, the bank would take a look at the Courtneys here and say, hey, their front end ratio is a lot lower than 28%. They would totally be, give the front end ratio looks good. They'd be fine with that. But there's another thing the banks also look for. They don't only look at your front end ratio. They also look at what's called a back end ratio. And that's what we're doing today. Example 5, what we're doing today, Tuesday. We're looking at Bill and Terry Noak. All right. Bill and Terry Noak are considering buying a house and need to figure out what they can afford and what the bank will lend them. Their adjusted gross income is $166,988. Their monthly mortgage payment for the house that they want would be $1,544. So they know what the monthly mortgage payment they want for the house. Their annual property taxes, annual means paid once a year, would be $9,888, and the homeowner's insurance premium would cost them $1,007 per year. They have a $510 per month car loan. They have a car loan that they're paying off at $510 per month. And their average monthly credit card bill is $5,100. Would the bank lend them $210,000 to purchase their house? All right, is the bank going to give them this loan for $210,000, given the fact that they also have some debt here, right? They're already paying. They might make the front end ratio. The front end ratio they might be good on, but let's see about the back end ratio. The back end ratio is your total monthly expenses, including like car payments and credit card bills and those kinds of things. Total monthly expenses divided by the monthly gross income. Okay. So in example 4, we learned about the front-end ratio that banks use to assess potential borrowers. Banks also use the back-end ratio, or the debt-to-income ratio, which takes into account a borrower's regular monthly debts, such as car loans, alimony, child support, and credit card bills. For those of you just joining us, let me get you those links in the chat. Click on that classwork link. We're working on example 5. Those of you just joining us. All right. So we're going to look at the back end ratio in example 5 here today. To calculate, so we need to know what the total monthly expenses are, and we're going to take that. We're going to need to divide it by the monthly gross income, and we're looking for a ratio that's 0.36 or 36% or less. Right? Banks generally want a back end ratio less than 36% to approve a mortgage application. So we're going to first find this total monthly expenses, and then we're going to be able to divide by their monthly gross income. All right, here's how we calculate the top, total monthly expenses. Let's take that homeowner's insurance, right? That homeowner's insurance up here, I said it was going to, the homeowner's insurance premium would cost them $1,007 per year. All right, $1,007 per year. We know that to find the monthly for that, we're going to take $1,007 and divide by 12. Right? There are 12 months in a year. If this is a yearly payment, we'll divide it by 12. And we find that's $84 per month. Homeowners insurance will cost them about $84 per month. We also saw in the word problem that they have an annual property tax bill of $9,888. All right, well, $9,888 is an annual bill that's paid once yearly. To find out what that's going to cost monthly, again, we're going to divide it by 12. Divide it into 12 equal pieces, right? When you divide $9,888 by 12, you get $824. They can, Bill and Terry here are going to have to assume that they're going to have to pay about $824 per month just towards the property taxes on this home they would like to buy. So the total monthly expenses are the sum, you have to add, sum means add, are the sum of the mortgage payment, the property taxes, the homeowner's insurance, the car payment, and the credit card payments, right? And the credit card payments kind of like, I think that's the assumption here, is they're just putting everything, all of their other expenses for every month, like all their groceries are going on their credit card bill, all their utilities are going on their credit card bill, all their daily costs are going on their credit card bill. That's why it's $5,100 a month. So we're going to take their mortgage payment, right? Right here it says their monthly mortgage payment for the house they want would be $1,544. So there's their $1,544. To that, we're going to add their monthly tax bill, right? $824. And to that, we're going to add $84 for their homeowner's insurance. And to that, we're going to add $510 that's due from their car loan. That's their car loan. And then $5,100, that's all their other expenses, right? That's probably they're paying their auto insurance on their credit card and all that kind of stuff. So we add all these numbers up, mortgage plus taxes, plus monthly home insurance, plus monthly car loan, plus monthly credit card expenses, comes to $8,062. All right, now we have the top. We have the top now. Total monthly expenses is going to be $8,062. That's the total monthly expenses. Now let's find the monthly gross income. So we can take the two numbers and divide. To find the NOC's monthly gross income, we're going to take their yearly income, and we're going to take their gross income for the year and divide by 12, rounding the nearest dollar. Again, they make $166,988 per year. Sorry. To find out what that is per month, we're going to divide by 12 again, because there are 12 months in a year. And we see that their income is pretty decent, right? $13,916 per month. That's wow, yeah. that's outstanding, right? So we're going to substitute these values into the back end ratio. There's our 8,062. That's their expenses. Here's their 13,916. That's their monthly income, monthly gross income. You take these two numbers, divide, we'll get 0.579. The back end ratio for the NOKs is 58%. The back end ratio for the NOKs, it's greater than 36%. Therefore, the bank will probably not give them a loan for $210,000. The bank will say, maybe you ought to look for a house that's not quite so expensive. Or maybe you ought to pay off that car loan at $510. Or maybe you got to reduce some other expenses to make this $5,000 be like, $4,000 or $3,000 a month in terms of monthly expenses. You got to somehow cut some expenses or make some more income. They're already making good money, but they need to cut some expenses in order for the bank to give them this loan. They're basically, their debts are so high that it makes the bank worried that they're not going to be able to pay back their mortgage. The bank is looking at all the things they have to pay in a month. The bank is saying, you've got a lot of income going towards other things and debts. You might not have the enough income to really pay this mortgage. You might like lose a job or, and not be able to find good work or something. The bank is not going to feel secure about the situation. They're going to want a better back end ratio. All right, so that's the setup. You calculate all the total monthly expenses. Just to review, we need to take total monthly expenses, divide by monthly income. What we're doing is we take all those yearly figures and we divide by 12, turn them into monthly figures. Then we're going to add the mortgage plus the taxes plus the insurance plus the auto loan plus credit card bill, and take that number and divide by the income divided by 12 to get a back end ratio. That's just the quick summary. Okay, so our situation here, we have four questions with James. Yes, 4 questions with James, and we are done. All right. Let's take a look at James. James is considering buying a house and needs to figure out what he can afford and what a bank will lend him. His adjusted gross income is $63,000. We're going to consider that yearly. His monthly mortgage payment for the house he wants would be $850. His annual property taxes would be $5,368. And the homeowner's insurance premium would be $800 per year. James has a $250 car loan and an average monthly credit card bill of $200. What are James's monthly expenses? Let me give you a minute to kind of calculate this. I will work with you and to get you towards these 2 questions, and I'm going to leave you for the next 2 after that. So I'm going to pause the recording here, give you some time to think about this question, maybe 2 minutes, and we'll come back to what are James' monthly expenses. I just realized that I forgot to record what I just said. So anyway, when I return. So anyway, we just went over the monthly expenses. How do you figure the monthly expenses? You take the adjusted gross income. It's not an expense, so we ignored that. We have a monthly mortgage payment of $850. That's part of the monthly expenses. Let me see. Yamari is talking to me about the monthly income. No, Yamari, I think your number is a little more, right? You want to take that his adjusted gross income, and you want to turn it into a monthly gross income. Yamari's working on this problem down here. While she's working on that, let me talk about what I have up here. So we have a monthly mortgage payment. So we have $850. To that, we have to add his annual property taxes, right? His annual property taxes, this is what he pays annually. We need to convert this figure to a monthly. So we took $5,368. That's what he pays yearly. We divided it by 12 to find out that he has to pay $447.33 monthly. So we added that to our total monthly expenses. Then we saw that he has $800 a year for a homeowner's insurance policy. That's part of his expenses, but it's annual, right? It's per year. So we need to divide that by 12. That's $66.67 when we round to the nearest cent. So that's what we got here. And then to that, we added the $250. Oops, I don't want to do that. We added the $250 for the monthly car loan, and we added the $200 of the credit card bill. I didn't finish the calculation. You'll finish that calculation on your own, but that's his monthly expenses. All right, Yamari, do you have an income figure yet for us? A monthly income figure, or Javier? All right, we're working on the monthly, James's monthly gross income. That's where it says his adjusted gross income. We need to convert this figure, which is annually, to monthly. Amara, you're going to impress us? Put it in the chat.
No.
No, Yamari doesn't want. Yamari, I know
Still
you
don't
got
get
this.
it.
I know you got this. She doesn't have confidence in herself. Okay, let's help her have some confidence here. I know she's got this. $63,000 a year. It's a yearly figure. I want to convert it to monthly. There are 12 months in a year, so I'm going to divide by 12, and I'm not even going to press enter here. You're going to do that on your own calculator. Take the 63,000, divide by 12, and that's the monthly. And you'll put that right in here. What is his monthly gross income? What is James's monthly gross income? Right there.
5,250.
Well done. Well done. Okay. So now that we have monthly gross income calculated, you have two more questions to do on your own. The first question is, what is James's back-end ratio? His back-end ratio. How do you calculate that? Well, let's look at the notes. The back-end ratio is equal to total monthly expenses divided by monthly gross income. You have the total monthly expenses right here. You have the monthly income, gross income right there. Take this number, divide by this number, and you'll have the back-end ratio. All right. Once you have that back-end ratio, you'll answer the question, would the bank lend James $158,000 to purchase this house? Explain why or why not. In order to answer that question, you might want to look over here and look at how to interpret this, right? Banks want to see a back-end ratio of no less than 36%, right? So if you get a number of 0.36 or less, James is in the clear. James is good. James does not have too much debt to purchase this home. If you see a number 0.37 or greater, that's not good. The bank's going to say, James, you've got too many expenses. Your back-end ratio is no good. You have too many monthly expenses. We can't loan you this money. All right, and that's how you'll answer that question. Once you get done with those two questions, answer the learning target reflections, and then submit this thing, and you are done with Google Forms for the rest of this year. All right, woohoo! All right, let me stop my recording now. We'll stick around. We'll answer questions if you need any. And yeah, you can wish us a happy Tuesday.